56 prison inmates test positive for coronavirus in UP's Bareilly. At least 56 inmates of two prisons in Bareilly of Uttar Pradesh have tested positive for COVID-19 in Bareilly. Inmates of the prison were tested after a prisoner died of COVID-19. 303 villages in 19 districts marooned due to floods in UP. 1 lakh families affected. As many as 1,04,562 families and 38,248 hectares of agricultural land have been affected in the 19 flood-hit districts in UP. Government media statements have not mentioned any flood-related deaths so far this year. Plasma therapy begins in JNMC of Aligarh. Aligarh Muslim University's Medical College began treating the patients using plasma therapy on Monday. It is the first trial of plasma therapy for the medical college. CLAT 2020 exams on September 7. Admit cards to be released soon. The online center-based CLAT for admission to UG and PG law programs is scheduled to be conducted on September 7 between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. It will be held at the designated centers, keeping in mind the precautionary methods in context to COVID-19. Final year exams to be held at year-end. No final plans for school reopening. HRD meeting. HRD Standing Committee meeting held on Monday said that no final plan has been made for reopening of schools. It has also decided that there will be no zero year in colleges this year. Former President Pranab Mukherjee is on ventilator support. Former President Pranab Mukherjee is on ventilator support at Army's R&R hospital. Prior to surgery of brain clot, Pranab Mukherjee tested positive for COVID-19. Fire in City building in Kolkata. A massive fire broke out in a multi-storied building at Pollock Street in the central part of the city on Monday. 10 fire tenders have been pressed into the scene and the rescue operation is on. 2 held for filming and sharing women's video. In another crime against women, 2 men were allegedly arrested in Nagpur for filming and sharing objectionable video of a woman. The woman's brother has filed a suit with the police against the accused. MBBS student jumps off room of AIIMS hostel, dies. A 22-year-old medical student ended his life by jumping off the hostel building in AIIMS, Delhi on Monday evening. Vikas, who hailed from Bengaluru, was undergoing treatment for some mental health issues and admitted in the psychiatry department of the hospital. Farmers group hold a day-long protest in Punjab. Farmers of Punjab held a day-long protest in demand for rolling back of farm ordinances and remunerative crop prices. The call for the protest was given by All India Kisan Sangharsh Coordination Committee. Lebanese Prime Minister steps down in wake of Beirut explosion. Protests. After the Beirut explosion that shook the entire capital on Tuesday, large-scale protests took place in the city against the blast. The Prime Minister of Lebanon gave his resignation late on Monday evening. Indonesia volcanic eruption sent smoke, ash 5 km into the air. The volcano on Sumatra Island has been rumbling since 2010 and saw a deadly eruption in 2016. The authorities have warned of possible lava flow and more eruptions. McDonald's sues ex-CEO over alleged sexual relationships. McDonald has taken new legal action against ex-CEO Steve Easterbrook, accusing him of lying about sexual relationships with staff. The company fired Mr. Easterbrook last year after finding he had a consensual sexual relationship with an employee. Homes explode in Baltimore, killing 1 and injuring 3 others. 1 woman died and 3 others were hospitalized after a major glass explosion took place in a residential area of Baltimore. Officials are investigating the cause of the gas blast and crews are searching for survivors in the rubble. Belarus leader wins 6th term elections with 80% of the votes. Lukashenko has won the 6th consecutive presidential term. Thousands of protesters went to the streets in a number of Belarusian cities and towns protesting the early count of the votes.
Like, share and subscribe our channel and follow us for more updates on our social media handle.